It's early morning at Dylan Cunya's yard. 4 horses are leaving for pre-race training.
Buddy, I don't mind you smoking in my lorry. If you're going to have a smoke, smoke outside here with the horses. You don't smoke in my lorry.
Don't worry, I'm not smoking your lorry. I know the rule, eh?
Good man.
I'm old.
I know.
Today we're just bringing an old horse who's been off for a year with an injury for a gallop, and he's going to lead 3 unraced babies just to bring them on for a run. They should hopefully all finish across the line together on the bridle.
Who's coming, baby? You come with me? Yeah. You got to go in here now. Yeah, you've got to come in through the
Everything's packed here, we're getting in the lorry now.
Where's the other pole?
Coming now. Boy!
Wait! Get up now! Okay, bring him on. Okay, straight up, head this way. One step up. No worries. Who's all coming?
The old horse is Mollywood. He hasn't run for a year, and he's due to run in the next 2 weeks, and all 3 of these babies are hopefully going to run in the next 2 weeks. So it's just a little bit of a day out for them, just to all get their minds on racing.
Anybody else coming with me? Okay, you've got to bring them. Get through that little bit. Gary!
Hi, I'm Julian Mitchell. I produce HorseTown, the documentary or reality shows we sometimes morph into. That was the introduction to our first ever episode around about this time last year. That was at the yard of a South African trainer called Dylan Cunya, where I started. Dylan was very kind enough to let me come into his yard near enough every day, taking shots and footage, and what we saw there was a trip. It's called a race horse gallop, which I didn't know at the time, but he was taking some young horses to a local race course, the idea being that the young horses get used to that environment. I didn't know what was going on. The reason I didn't know, I'm not a horse person. I've not been in the horse racing business before. I'm a journalist, and I was just looking for footage, and certainly the horses leaving that morning seemed to me quite dramatic, even though since then I've realized that drama is something that goes hand in hand with Newmarket. You've got a lot of young people, got a lot of horses, got a lot of activity, and it's a fantastic place. As we drive around, this is Newmarket, by the way, I'm going up in the HorseTown car, which is a yellow Italian car with a horse emblem there. We're going up Warren Hill, which has been a place where horses have been trained for hundreds of years, and is just one of the jewels in the crown of this place. What we can see next is episode 2, or part of episode 2. Again at Dylan Cunya's yard, where he was able to involve the champion jockey Oisin Murphy in assessing one of his horses, and that was pretty cool. And you'll see Oisin going on the fast gallop called the Albahatri gallop, and he, at the end, he talks about what he thought of the horse. And then we'll come back and have a look at Warren Hill a little bit more.
While the rest of Newmarket is sound asleep, the horse racing world prepares for its day. At Dylan Cunya's yard, there are the usual preparations for the races ahead. But today, there's extra help from someone very special. 3 times British champion jockey, Oisin Murphy. Oisin is riding the 2-year-old filly, Cerulean Summer, part of the Quest Thoroughbred Syndicate. Before her debut, the test will be held at the Albahatri, one of Newmarket's famous gallops.
So how far are we going?
6. Robbo lead, you know Robbo?
Yeah.
Robbo. He'll have lots of fun.
Delighted with her. Very easy to ride. She was super quiet going down. In the work, we rolled along without doing anything crazy. Joined, and she gave me a nice feel passing you guys. I stopped at the 6.5 and pulled her up. She's fit and ready to go. I think on paper that race at Chelmsford is perfect, and I'd hope she'll be running very well first time. She seems really straightforward, and you know, she is not very big, but she's big enough for next year as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was great. So thanks very much for having me. All right.
Brilliant. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Sound, guys.
Thank you.
No bother at all.
As we come down Warren Hill, we can see the second yard that we started shooting HorseTown in. It was Simon Pearce Racing, which is at the foot of the hill and is a brilliant place for access to the hill as you walk out, and basically you're directly on the hill, and you can then see that you go across here to the Severals, which is a trotting ring that is very popular every morning, full of horses. always slow down at this point.
Can any of you hold horses or not?
No, right.
Can't be good on the back. Just sit on his head quickly.
One of Simon's horses is in trouble in his box.
He was. Ex-racer. Hey, buddy. Right. All the way. I'm sorry, but it's going to be a bit rough. I don't want you to get hurt. With a reef. I want you to grab his mane, we'll pull him out, and I'll put this around his foot, and then you get kicked. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Go, buddy. 1, 2, 3.
The horse is up, but needs checking.
Get him out now, let's drop him up quickly. Thank you, Cha-Cha.
Newmarket's main training areas are at Warren Hill, but there are plenty of others. We're going to the other side now, to where the race course is, and that's where we found our. That's where we found a new yard to embed ourselves, called Amy Murphy Racing. Now, Amy's yard is actually quite close to the racecourse. And the difference here is that they do train on Warren Hill, but they have the whole heath, the very historic Newmarket Heath, to train on. And there's no hill there really. There is a slight incline where they gallop. They have a fast gallop. But they have what's we call the biggest, the largest tended piece of grassland in the whole world, tended by the Jockey Club. We'll just go down to see the racecourse, and you can see the kind of size of this place.
Head due west from Warren Hill and you'll find Newmarket Heath, the largest area of tended grassland in the world. You can also see a line of training yards backing up to the heath. The first of those is Amy Murphy Racing.
We are split between 3 barns. And then we have one outdoor L shape, which is where we house the colts. We pretty much have a 2-year-old barn, an older horse barn, and then a barn for horses that are sort of coming in and out of the yard as sort of more of a quarantine. So this side of town is pretty much flat. This side of town we don't have any hills, bar a slight incline on Cambridge Road, which is our fast work gallop. Since the very early days of my first sort of year training, we've always travelled horses to France, and I think it's a great opportunity, both prize money wise, getting the best for our owners. Also for running in sort of what we call their black type races, so their class 1 races. They tend to get smaller fields than we do here in England, so sometimes it's a good opportunity to try and place a horse in the right type of black type race to improve their pedigree, which again is benefiting the owner.
So now we're going to turn into Hamilton Road. Hamilton Road is well known as a road full of trainers on either side of the road. Amy Murphy's down here, who we film at, but a load of others. George Bowie, William Knight, plenty of others. Now Amy Murphy has a lovely yard. She was kind enough to let us in earlier this year, and we made, as I mentioned before, what is my favourite intro, when we used a bit of satellite imagery. This is Amy Murphy coming up here. They do a lot of racing in France and have made it work in a business plan they have. And she's a great character, as is her husband Lemos, and they have a great staff there, very hardworking. And then we've got a few more here. George Bowie, well-known racer and trainer. I think what we've done is concentrate on being very open as much as we can with these trainers. Trust has a lot to do with it, and because of that we do tell them that they have editorial control over what we shoot. We do keep the nature of the edit as ours, which I think is important, but the actual content is something that has to be signed off by the trainer, and that was something I had to do from day one. I didn't want to get into the situation where I was seen as trying to trick anybody. I really didn't need to do that. There was so much content. There is so much content. in this world of horse racing.
Stop it. Stop it. No need. Oi.